Help. Basketball. Fans, you've got it on 2K Sports as we get set to bring you an exciting NBA basketball game. This is Kevin Harlan with Greg Anthony and Doris Burke. Also joining us from the sidelines, David Aldridge. It'll be the visiting team and the home team. Now the starting group for the visitors. They've got Meladon. Laverne is out there with Harrison. And it's Schofield in at the 4 spot. Here's Calathis. Pass to Papagiannis. And here is Brown. Down low. And the basket by Papagiannis.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
There's the 3. The rebound by James. Pass to Calathis. And the official signaled the backcourt violation. Not very careful there. And just about a minute into the first quarter. Here's Meladon. Back to Harrison. Kept alive. And Laverne kicks to Ajinça. Sinks the three-pointer.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Ajinça's gone 1 of 2 from three-point land. Pass to Meladon. Ball's knocked loose. And we're about a minute and a half into the first quarter. Knocks down the 3 ball.
Boy, major defensive lapse on that trip, leaving him all alone in three-point territory, and he drills it.
Ajinça the pass to Harrison. They set the screen. Pass to Meladon. 6 on the shot clock. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Now here's Brown. He's tightly guarded. Here's Papagiannis. Defended by Laverne. Here's Calathis. The screen from Brown. Calathis kicks to Brown. Fast break. Here they come. Lets it go with a 3. Schofield gets the bucket.
You know, probably could have gone strong to the hoop, but with the D out of position on the break, I like his decision to take the 3.
Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. James has a 2-pointer. Pass to Brown. Back to James. Puts up a deep 3. Laverne grabs the miss. Now here's Meladon. Defense is right there.
2 minutes remaining.
Back to Harrison.
2 minutes.
Now Laverne. 3 on 3. Brown wide open. He fires. Sinks the triple. Here's Harrison. Ajinça the pass to Meladon. Here's Schofield, and taken away by Brown. And now James pushing it up. No one back to stop him. That puts them in the lead.
And the defense to start that play was terrific. I love the fact that they attacked early in the shot clock.
Here's Harrison. Rebounded by Papagiannis.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of his position, you can see the frustration on his face.
We've got 1:08 left to play in the first. Brown outside. 6 to shoot. To the middle. Here's Korkmaz. The shot's good. Brown making the play.
Have to love the ball distribution. Keep everyone involved.
And here is Maladon. Nothing on the board. The shot by Harrison, no good.
Let's give some credit to the defense for how they're guarding this guy right now, because they're refusing to let him get comfortable.
Back to Korkmaz. Inside, Brown. Kicks it out to James. Here's the three. Harrison with the rebound. James has gone 1 of 3 on the night. To the middle. Pass to Schofield. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. No good. They had a chance to end the run there. Papianis passes to Brown. The layup off target. And so the first quarter is in the books. They're up by 4. And we'll get the second quarter underway. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. And guys, what's your take on the home team so far?
Yeah, in that first period, they looked to push in transition at every opportunity.
And why wouldn't they? You see their effectiveness in the open floor. Very difficult to slow down.
They've got Black. Jackson is out there with Lee, and it's DeColo in at the 2 guard. Pass to Corniche. Fires away from outside. That shot off the mark.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
On Friday, then on Sunday. Modiunas a screen on Lee. From deep. And it's DeColo with the rebound. Lee outside. From outside, off the mark.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the 3. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Modiunas, no luck. Second quarter of basketball, about 1 minute played so far. Here's DeColo. Hands it from downtown. DeColo's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Covered by Lee. Right wing. Shot clock at 6. Pass to Diallo. For the 3. And the shot is off from Corniche. Now Lee. No scoring in this one. They grab their own miss. Jacks up a 3. And that one's good, DeColo.
This is as pure a shooter as there is. You've got to stay connected or it's a problem.
Down low. Here's Modiunas. And it's DeColo with the rebound. DeColo's got his 5th rebound in this one. No good from Lee. To the wing on the left. Off target from outside. And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Jackson kicks to Black. Here's DeColo. Offline with his 3. And they're on the break. Here's Akobo. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
First personal foul, first team foul.
First one falls for him.
At the line for your home team, Corniche, taking 2 shots.
He hits both from the stripe. Second quarter of play with almost 3 minutes gone. Lee outside. Corniche with the rebound.
Boy, a tough go for him in this quarter. You can see how desperately he wants to get things started. He just can't make a shot.
And it's a Kobo missing. Pass to Lee. Here's DeCola, covered by Motiejunas.
Motiejunas. First personal foul. First team foul.
1:49 left to play in the first half.
Man, it's close, but, didn't get on balance quick enough.
And the first one drops.
Shooting for the away team.
And so he makes both from the line.
This is about the last guy you want to send to the stripe right now. They keep fouling him, and he keeps making them.
Pass to Corniche. Back to Motiejunas. To the left wing. Lock at 6. Here's a Kobo. No good from outside.
Third team foul. A Kobo. First personal foul. Third team foul.
The free throw drops for DeCola.
Shooting for the away team. DeCola.
And both free throws good for DeCola.
As we've gotten closer to halftime, their style has become more and more physical.
Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Here's a Kobo. No good on the 3. Puts up a 3. Hits it from three-point range. DeCola's got 11 here in this quarter alone.
Yeah, this looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
Here's a Kobo. That one's off. Still out of sync.
I'll tell you, they're trying to cut into this lead, but he has not hit one this period.
Outside Jackson. Lee sets a screen for Jackson. Lee outside. Shoots the 3. Traps in the tray. Lee's got 5 now.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
A Kobo, the pass to Motiejunas, and it's blocked. Here's DeCola. He's got 11. Trains the three-pointer.
And so many teams now look to establish the perimeter to set up everything else.
No doubt it's a growing trend, Greg, and he is highly accurate tonight.
Here's the lob to the hoop. Oh, and the buzzer beater's good.
And give him credit. Good awareness of the time remaining.
And to me, the way you end quarters impacts how you end the game. It can go a long way between a W or an L.
Taking a look at the visitors, they've been stuck in the middle tier. Not good enough to challenge for a chip, but not bad enough to get a high.
Let's move on now to that first half we were watching. A brutal game so far for the home team. And that about wraps it.
So we've reached the end of the first half of play. Up by 15. We'll see you after halftime for the beginning of the third quarter. And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. Korkmaz is out there with Brown. Then it's James. And it's Papagiannis in at the 5 spot. Harrison out there with Maledon. And it's Schofield in at the power forward position. Now, here's Ajinça. James covering, and it's Ajinça missing. Ajinça's gotten just 1 of his 4 attempts from the floor tonight. Korkmaz kicks to Papagiannis. Pass to Calathes. Fires the 3. Rebounded by Ajinça. Now, here's Laverne. Guarded closer. That's a great dunk.
He's an athletic freak.
Wow.
Oh, that is just unreal. Is this the dunk contest, or are we actually playing a real game?
No, this one counts, Greg. Believe me.
Oh, my
With confidence to attempt that alley-oop to himself. It's picked off. Here's the break. Brown with it. Puts up a deep three. Rebound by Ajinça. Ajinça's got his 4th rebound in this one.
Well, I guarantee you this is not what they talked about in the locker room. 0 for 3 and looking lost.
And the call on the shot that sends him to the line.
Yeah, the defender all over.
This is his first chance at the line tonight.
Admiral Schofield. 2 shots.
And the second free throw, good. Third quarter of play with just over a minute and a half gone by. Coletas passes to Brown. Laverne grabs the miss.
Wow, another empty possession out of the gates. 0 for 4 in this half. Brutal.
To the wing right side. Back to Harrison. Lets the 3 fly. Rebounded by Papagiannis. Papagiannis has got 4 rebounds now tonight.
All right, time now to pick it up. You're 1 for 4, and you certainly don't want to give your opponent momentum. After an ugly 0 for 4 to start the half, they get 1 to fall.
Here's Schofield. And it's off from 3-point range.
Not how they hoped to start this half. 1 for 5, brick after brick. Let's start building the building.
Korkmaz has gone 3 for 3 from the floor. Pass to Maladon. Back to Harrison. No good on the triple. James in the post. Working out Ajinça. And yes, it's good. James has got his second bucket.
And giving up some inches inside, but makes up for it with an aggressive stop.
Well, he's attacking, he's forcing the issue, and that simply stated a terrific play.
And Laverne kicks to Harrison. The tray buries the long-range jumper. Harrison's got 5 now.
Ooh, finally hitting one from range. That's his first 3 of the night.
With a short break in the action, gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Kevin, improving dialogue between players and officials is a priority. Commissioner Silver says, now with high-fidelity audio, we're all able to hear a lot of what's being said. Now we have to take into account the high-stress environment. But there has to be a two-way sense of respect. I feel it's an area where we can make progress. Kevin?
You know, the commissioner's always looking ahead and looking at every area, which is great for the game. Korkmaz passes to Brown. The screen from Brown. Here's Papagiannis. Offline with his 3.
Boy, a wide open shot from his favorite spot. That is one he'd like to have back.
Maladon. Pass to Harrison. Now here's Maladon. No good from outside. And they're staring at a sizable deficit.
And still within reach, though, that they don't have to rush things.
Here's Korkmaz. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Brown's got 3 assists in the game. Here's Schofield. That's tipped. Korkmaz passes to Coletas, and he makes good on the layup. Coletas has got his second basket of the night.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Shot and game clock separated by 5. Here's Maladon. The 3-pointer, no good. They'll get a chance to cut the deficit to within 10. From deep, James. Laverne grabs the miss. Here's Ajinça. And that one is good. Ajinça's got 5 now.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
And that's typical of this guy. He's always reading the situation, reacting quickly, and
Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. They lead by 13. And we're coming right back. Be sure to stay with us as we get started for the fourth quarter. And a chance right now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
It's just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
We call that putting it right in the pocket, and he knew what to do with it once it was there.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. We've got Brown. James is out there with Korkmaz, and it's Calathes in at the 1. Korkmaz, no good. Pass to DeColo. Here's Lee outside. Calathes grabs the board.
And thus far, they've managed to overcome an off game from him offensively.
Knocks it loose. Stolen by Jackson. A pull-up. And a big bounce off the rim, but it sinks right in. 60 seconds off the clock here in the fourth. There's Brown with the 3. Good, and the assist goes to James. James has got 3 assists in the game.
I'll tell you, you are playing with fire anytime you leave this guy open, and they just got burned.
To the wing on the left. Pass to DeColo. Lee kicks to DeColo. From downtown. Rebounded by Papagiannis. Papagiannis has got 7 rebounds in the game.
I'll tell you, his shot is just lost right now. There's just no consistency. Amazing that they're still up in this basketball game.
Here's a Kobo. Had a chance there to cut it to single digits, but it's off target. Jackson from long range. Pass to DeColo. Good on the three-point shot. DeColo's got 19 points.
Well, I absolutely love the way this guy has controlled the pace tonight. They've been able to play the style they want. Just can't find a shot. It's no wonder they're losing. I mean, he's been completely scoreless all night.
Last quarter of play, about 2 minutes in now. Lee up top. Can't hit the turnaround jumper.
And it didn't fall, but that's the kind of shot they want their offense to create.
You know, it can be frustrating when you make the right play and fail to reap the rewards. You just have to stay with it here.
And it's a Kobo missing.
And still, he's scoreless. Boy, they could use just a little bit of help from him.
And that one's good. DeColo
Worked that one inside nicely.
For those just joining us, fourth quarter here. We're just over 2.5 minutes into it.
He is just not taking smart shots out there, a pattern he has fallen into tonight.
Lee outside. The rebound by Akobo.
And, you know, he's a threat from deep, no doubt about it, but it just has not been there for him tonight. You might want to change your game plan a little bit offensively.
Stolen away. Pushing it up. Ahead. Beyond the arc. Nailed from three-point land.
Great finish. What a setup. Terrific ball movement there.
Here's Lee outside. They get it again. That shot, no good.
You can see he just rushed that a little bit. Lost the focus, I think.
Fires from deep. Gets the three-pointer to fall.
He might not have the long range ability of some other guys, but he will knock down open ones like that.
Here's Jackson. And the shot is good. Jackson's got his first 2 points. What a difference in this crowd right now.
That's how you silence a building.
Here's Corniche. Can't connect from long distance. Here's Lee outside. Just 4 to shoot. A 3-ball. Here's Black. And at last, they get one to fall.
Well, you look up at the scoreboard. The time remaining, this game is effectively over.
Well, you have to appreciate the hard work that went into building this lead. They have been terrific all night.
36 seconds left in the fourth. Lee with another miss. Craig, their unselfish play has really been impressive.
They're trusting one another out there, wanting to get each other involved. This is great basketball.
And guys, they can just sit on the ball here if they want to.
They have earned this win.
Fires from way outside. It's off. And so the road team gets the W in this one. And in the win, a comfortable win in
Time to get into it. NBA action on 2K Sports. Welcome, everyone. Courtside with two ex-NBA stars, Grant Hill and Brent Berry. I'm Brian Anderson. We've got Allie LaForce on the sidelines tonight as well. We've got the visitors facing the home team. Now the starting group for the visitors. And it's Jones in at the 4 spot. Here's James. It's good on the putback.
I always love the hard work on the glass. Just great activity.
Here's Ntilikina. Lets it go. James with the rebound. Brown looking around. To the inside. To the left wing. Back to Korkmaz. Parked it down low that time. Got hit with the 3-second call.
The ball goes to the away team.
And about a minute gone in the first quarter. Here's Ntilikina. That one a little long.
Let's be honest. That's not a shot he should be taking.
No, he should know better. He knows that's not his game, which is why we don't see him take that shot often.
And setting the tempo with an assertive move. Like, where was the defense on that play?
Yeah, APB sent out to try to find out where the defense is. Inexcusable.
That's good. And it's Jones with the assist.
Ntilikina wanting to be assertive and the coaching staff encouraging that kind of play.
First quarter, just over a minute and a half in. Here's Calathes. It's stolen. Fast break. Here we go. Bonga. Pass to Ntilikina. Right side, Jones. Baseline try. And he connects with a jumper.
Where was the D on that one? Just too easy.
Here's Calathes. Pass to Brown. Launches it from deep. Jones grabs the board.
Ooh, that's a tough break. After poor communication defensively, it leaves him all by himself.
This has not been a good quarter right here. Shot has been off the mark, and now it looks, Kevin, like he's pressing a bit.
Here's Korkmaz. Sends it home from three-point land.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
Jones from outside. They get it back. All right, let's check in with Allie LaForce.
Thanks. I caught up with the home team's head coach. I asked him how he plans to slow down Paolo Banchero, and coach told me, look, he's an all-star, so you've got to guard him with your full team. He's big, he's strong, he can punish you down low, but he's also quick and has the ability to beat you on the perimeter. We'll have to be disciplined tonight, BA.
And Allie, thank you for that. Fires in the triple.
Defensively, you can't afford to get stuck on the pick.
That's one that the coaches will watch tomorrow with that player. You hate to see him give up in that situation.
The offensive rebound. Korkmaz. The layup off target.
Well, the D's so tight on him, it makes him alter his shot. And an easy chance turns into a tough one because the defense is swarming.
Would you say testing the limits of his range there?
Well, I thought they played smart, and then all of a sudden it was maybe a little too flashy there, and that's unfortunate.
Lays it up and banks it in. Korkmaz has got his second basket of the night.
Pounding it inside early and often, setting a physical tone. And great job to establish position and square up.
First team foul.
Here's Calathes. There's 53 seconds left in the first quarter. Down low. Shot clock at 6. And the shot goes.
That's the kind of passing you want there. Work the ball around. Keep it moving. Try to get an assist on every bucket.
Lets it go from deep. And it's Bonga missing. Here's Calathes. This one for 3. Can't get it. He's now 1 of 4 from the floor. Calathes has gone 1 for 4 from the field. Here's Jones. And he bangs it home with one hand.
With the explosive leaping ability, he's able to play center despite being undersized.
They set a pick.
Away team foul. Jones. First personal foul. First team foul.
There's 10 seconds left in the opening quarter. Change, right side. Pass to Korkmaz. So it's a tie game as we end the first. And we'll be back shortly for the start of the second quarter. Some good action already in this one, but a fairly even matchup after this first quarter of play. And from what we've seen here from the home team, what's your take so far?
Yeah, showing grit on the glass is a good way to gain an advantage. They controlled the boards in the first.
Well, if you get physical out there, you can control the glass, and that helps you to control the pace of the game.
And it's Ldlc in at the point. Here's a Kobo, and he's in the books. Now 1 for 2.
Yeah, their defense is starting to wear down. That's 3 straight buckets at the rim.
Outside Jones. There's a screen. And it's thrown down hard with both hands.
Making sure of it with the two-hand slam, B.A.
Yeah, I don't blame him. With the score this tight, you cannot take a chance here. On target from range. Diallo's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Here's Bonga. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline.
This has been a close game in a lot of ways, but they do have an edge on the boards.
Here's Cornelie. Oh, and makes it with the kiss. Cornelie's got his first points of the game.
And their offensive execution has really picked up here in the second period.
And it's Bonga missing.
Yeah, my expectations were that he was not going to miss that one. He handles that kind of defense, especially on the inside.
There's the steal. It's a one-on-one situation. And that one drops for him.
And this kind of play is only going to grow their lead. Holding the other guys down on defense and converting on the turnover. And just terrible defense. I don't know how he missed that shot.
And for some reason, he decided to foul there.
Yeah, B.A., that's an odd move. Maybe there's something else behind it. You don't want to stop the clock right there. I'm not quite sure what he was thinking.
Here's Cornelie. 7-point game. Biggest lead so far. It's intercepted. Here's Lundberg. Pure from three-point range. Lundberg's gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Pass to Cornelie. And here in the second quarter of action, just a hair under 2.5 minutes played. And it's good. 2 points.
And you know, in this quarter, they've really brought up their shooting percentage.
So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting.
First personal foul. First team foul.
On Thursday, then on Saturday.
In that game against Athens, even though they're going against the #1 team right now in the league, they feel they could win. There's a lot of confidence to this squad.
And no good on the second free throw, so 0 for 2 there.
And for him, that is an ugly trip to the line. Rarely do you see him do that. Yeah, can't see why he missed that one there. The D's close, but like plenty of room.
Launches a 3. Can't get it to drop. Quarter number 2 and around 3 minutes gone by. Diallo against Washington. Boom! He jams it straight down.
Just great offense. The screen freeing him up for the slam.
Hey, without that screen, he doesn't get a clean look at the rim.
Yeah, why I could settle for the layup when you can attack the rim and rise up like that. Well, he's got that height advantage, and out on the perimeter, a smaller defender is just not going to contest.
A minute and a half left in the second period. Akobo. No good on the triple. Covered by Diallo. Tipped. They get it back. Back to Washington. Misses the 3. Now here's Diallo. 5 points in the game. Pass to Corley. Here we go. And he lays it in off the breakaway.
And really showing the athleticism. Flying solo.
Yeah, why not? Show a little creativity, get inside, move that ball around. Just make sure you score.
Here's Lundberg. And here's Pokashevsky. Fires the 3. Offensive rebound. 3-pointer. Lundberg's shot is off. About 3 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Corneli. Lets it fly. Gets a very good look and converts.
They're punishing those late defensive rotations, getting good looks inside throughout the half. That's a foul he wanted to avoid, and he definitely doesn't want to pick up his 3rd before the half.
15 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Pass to Lundberg. Fires the 3. The rebound by Corneli. Diallo outside. And that's not gonna go. Misses at the buzzer. And the first half comes to an end. We've got a close game going here. Up by 5. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports.
Well, love that they're taking high percentage shots, and it hasn't been easy for them. It's hard to score inside when the defense is collapsing.
And let's move on and see. Appreciate you joining.
And in that first half, we saw a pretty tight battle. We'll soon find out what sort of adjustments were discussed during halftime. It's James with the drive, and he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up.
First team foul.
First trip to the line for him here, and he knocks down the first one. Both free throws good from James. Now Jones, and it's Bunga in at the small forward position. Lets it go from the wing. Jones misses.
And they just continue to dominate the boards.
And there's James from the arc. No good there.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
Jones, the pass to Ntilikina. Now here's Jones. Puts up a 3. Connects from downtown. Jones has got 5.
Ntilikina sensing when one of his guys was not covered, and then he found him.
Jones against Brown. Pass to James. From deep 3-point range. The rebound by Bunga. Here's Jones. Here's Bunga. From behind the arc. Oh, hey, how about that?
That's impressive.
And he hammers in the reverse slam.
Ooh, that's a tough spot to be in as a defender. With that height disadvantage, it's very hard to protect the rim. A great move. I mean, the defense has no response.
Well, just ripping through right there as he finds the open spot and gets right through there. High basketball IQ play.
Hey, the struggle is real. He hasn't found much success with his offense today.
Here's Kalathis. Pass to James. 6 on the shot clock. Brown against Jones. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D.
To the away team.
Two minutes gone in this third quarter now. Here's Ntilikina. 16 feet out. Hauled in by Brown.
Oh, can't punish the defense for leaving him open that time. That's a frustrating miss for a really steady jump shooter.
And they pick up 2. Brown's got his first bucket in this one.
Not getting old here. Seeing him make that lead pass with perfect timing.
Here's Ntilikina. Right side Jones. Goes back up. No good. Off the front rim.
Well, he wants that one over again. I guarantee that. Nobody's even in the neighborhood.
Outside, Brown. The 3, James. He can't hit that time.
I know he's on a cold streak, but he can't let that get in his head.
Especially if you're a player that doesn't get a lot of shot attempts. But otherwise, the mindset is, I just got to get the next one to go. And you don't want to put that much pressure on yourself.
Jones misses. Jones has gone 2 of 5 from the floor. Back to Brown. 1:46 left to play in the third quarter. Jones grabs the board. They're searching for a way to score.
Yeah, buckets have been very tough to come by.
Counted from distance.
No way he's going to pass that shot up. The D is way too far back and relaxed in getting out on it.
Here's Calathes. Takes it inside. Outside, Brown. To the middle. The rebound by Bonga.
That's not going to make you a favorite target of your teammates. They'll think twice about feeding you if you're going to keep missing layups.
And that was just moving the ball quickly. And he's rewarded at the end with a high percentage look.
Yeah, the defense trying to do their best to slow him down. But when he gets room like that, you got to look out.
Now, here is James. There's 48 seconds left in the third. Just 5 on the clock. Here's Calathes. Jones grabs the board.
If you told me this was the kind of game he was going to have, I would not have expected them to be in front right now.
We've got 33 seconds left in the third quarter here. Outside, Brown. Shot blocked. It's a one-on-one situation. Here's Bonga. Oh, a big finish with a one-handed jam. Extremely competitive game thus far.
Yeah, 6 lead changes in total. I expect there to be more to come.
And here's James. Offensive board. And the bucket counts. And he is on his way to the line. He'll try to make it a three-point play. And that one misses. We're at the end of the third quarter, and we've still got a close one. Leading by a point. And we'll have the start of the fourth quarter. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
Now, I know he's a big man, but he's got some point guard in him if he's making passes like this.
The passing for the team becoming contagious, this time involving the big.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we'll start the fourth in what is still anybody's ball game. And it's Jones in at the power forward position.
Honestly, I don't know how he pulled that off.
First personal foul, first team foul. At the
Washington with the ball. Covered by Diallo. Washington outside from the wing. The shot off that time. Now here's Brown. Pokashevsky covering. And there's the screen. Pass to Diallo. Blocked! Here's Lundberg.
First personal foul, first team foul.
The first free throw is good.
Lundberg. 2 shots.
It's both from the stripe. Oh, Oh, lots of drama in this game so far.
I'll tell you what, I wouldn't be surprised if it comes down to the final buzzer. Now, that's how you capitalize on a screen.
Yeah, good positioning, too. Gave him a clear path to the hoop.
Really not enough help there. Lack of communication on the backside.
And nobody putting out much of an effort to stop him.
Surprising in a close game, a lack of energy on defense.
On one side, inspiration. On the other, devastation.
A few possessions into the fourth, just over a minute played. Here's Matajunas. Pokashevsky covering. For three, Diallo connects from downtown.
And that's a clutch shot by a big-time shooter. And where's the D?
Now here's Washington. Buries it down low. Washington's got his first points of the night. And just about a minute and a half gone by in the fourth. Diallo outside. Fires from deep. He's off on that one. For three. Hauled in by Brown. Brown's got 6 rebounds now in the game. We're about 2 minutes into the fourth here.
Back to the basics. Unleashing the one-hand flush.
Boy, he makes the basics look pretty outstanding, though, huh?
That's true.
And he got the whistle on the way up, so he'll be headed to the line for a pair.
The officials were right on top of that one.
At the line for the away team.
First free throw is good.
2 shots.
And he makes both free throws. Here's Akobo. He takes it in. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
More points coming from inside. In that respect, they've been the more aggressive team.
Here's Lundberg. And he drains the quick shot.
Can't talk enough about the subtleties in that setup right there. The assist, really the key to that entire sequence.
To the paint. Back to Brown. He's guarded by Washington from 10 feet away. And the bucket is good. Brown's got 3 of his 4 shots to fall, hitting 75%. And it's Washington missing.
Yeah, not a fan of that one, guys. If he wants to help his team cut into this deficit, he should not be attempting those kind of shots.
Here's Lundberg from outside the arc. It's not going to go for him. Here in the fourth quarter, just under 2.5 gone by. Kick out to Brown. To the middle. Here's Akobo. And it's good. Off the back of the rim and in.
Lead passes like that are so hard to defend. He never had to break his stride. So full speed, 2 points.
The quick look, no good that time.
And the defense gets bailed out by the miss. He usually converts that.
1:09 left in the fourth quarter. Basket counts.
There's some easy offense there. Keep finding looks in that area, and their shooting percentages tonight are going to be off the charts.
Here's Matajunas. Shot from 12. Here's Diallo. Off target at the rim. Here's Lundberg. There's 38 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Washington outside. That three's off the mark.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line. They've been battling all night. Now they're on the brink of putting this game away.
No, great job of getting in position to win a game. It's been an all-out effort from the squad.
He had a huge height advantage there and did not mess around.
And they commit an intentional foul. We'll see another one of those, so they get into the penalty.
And a smart choice right there. I mean, you can't allow them to just drain the clock.
They get it back. Here's Montejunas. Oh, and makes it with the kiss.
A stronger defensive presence would have saved them 2 points.
It didn't seem like anybody was really aware there to go and collect that rebound on the possession.
So the home crowd happy here as they get the victory.
The week is starting off right. Monday night, and 2K Sports presents the NBA. I'm Kevin Harlan, joined by Greg Anthony and Richard Jefferson, with David Aldridge roaming the sideline. We've got the visiting team and the home team. Now the starting group for the visitors. They've got Jones. Jones is out there with Ldlc, and it's Davies in at the 5 down low. Now here's Jones. Bonga, the pass to Jones. Those 3-pointers off the mark. 3-on-3. Pass to Harrison. Fires the 3. And rebounded by Davies. And while we've got a moment, let's send it over to our terrific reporter, David Aldridge. David?
Thank you, Kevin. Well, I was able to catch up with the head coach of the home team. Now, we spoke briefly about how critical it is to slow down Paolo Banchero. Coach said he can be a force on offense when he gets a couple to fall. The energy and effort from our guys has to be high if we want to contain him. We'll see if that team can contain Banchero out there, guys. Back to you.
Thank you, David. Took him no time at all on that one.
An active passer with good awareness. When Ldlc spots the open teammate, he gets it to him.
About a minute and a half through the first quarter. And that one's good. Harrison.
The real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
Now here's Jones. The shot goes in. First shot, first basket.
Pick works well there. Not much resistance from the D.
Yeah, that just comes down to a lack of effort. The defender has to do a better job fighting through the screen.
Here's Meladon. Back to Harrison. Off target with his 3.
That is not a guy you want to allow open looks from Rain. Lucky for the defense, he just couldn't get it to go.
Bonga gets the bucket.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. He'll gladly take those.
Here's Davies, defended by Laverne. He gets that one.
Just a late reaction there from the defense, and he is always going to finish that one.
Here's Harrison. Pass to Meladon. Back to Harrison. It's good from long range. Harrison's got 6.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
Here's Davies. Off target at the rim. 1:58 left in the first. Takes it inside. Meladon with the bucket. Meladon's gone a perfect 3 for 3 so far. Now here's Jones. Defense right on him.
And he might be small for a center, but boy, can he jump out of the building.
Davies has gone 2 of 3 from the floor. Meladon passes to Harrison. And Laverne throws it down.
Just a textbook lead pass right there, putting it right where it needed to be.
Ldlc kicks to Jones. And Shaquille Harris gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul.
Personal foul. First team foul.
We've got 1:13 left in the first quarter of the game, and they'll keep possession. Here's Davies, covered by Agenza. 6 on the shot clock. This one for 3. Laverne grabs the miss. Pass to Harrison. Now here's Meladon. He's got 6. Right side, Jones. 3-pointer. Bonga. Nice persistence to tip it back up and in. He's got 7.
Hard work and soft hands, guys. That's what made that play possible.
No simple offensive rebound there. Going for the tip in. Here's Harrison. Launches a 3. Good on the 3-point shot. Harrison's got his 3rd basket of the night.
I like everything he's doing so far offensively, finding his spots, making strong selections.
And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. He misses the free throw.
Probably a little draft in the arena tonight. He's the last guy you expect to miss the mark by that much.
Absolutely. 15 seconds left here in the first quarter. And that one's good. DeColo.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range. Oh, how about using the rim to get some true hang time?
You know, he just wanted to make sure the landing was softer than the takeoff. Whoops, anticipated the pass. Turnover. Pass to Ldlc. Good if it goes. And he was able to put it up in time, but doesn't fall. Both teams have it going here early and still close through the first quarter. Up by 2. And will return. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter, and we'll see what happens here in the second. And guys, what's your take on the home team so far?
Just stretching out the floor in that first. They had the defense scrambling.
Their points came almost exclusively from beyond the arc, and as this game continues, that should open up the floor for the rest of their offense.
The 3. DeColo can't get it to go. Here's Lundberg. There's the 3. That will not get it done. He's 0 for 2. Got a hand on it. Pass to Jackson. Stolen away. And here is Washington. From past the arc. No good. Here's DeColo. Now Lee. He's covered by Washington. Lee outside. From downtown. Now in the scoring column with that bucket. 1 for 2 this game.
He can really stroke it from deep. You have to keep better tabs on him.
Guarded by Jackson. His first shot is a miss. 0 for 1 to start the contest. That's to DeColo. It's good. It's his second basket. He's shooting 2 for 4. DeColo's gone 2 of 4 from the field. Takes it off the glass.
Just outstanding distribution. This is the kind of team chemistry that you love to see.
That's tipped. And they're moving it up the floor. Back to Washington. Pass to Lundberg. Just 5 on the clock. Nailed from 3-point land. Lundberg's got himself on the board with 3 there.
If you give a shooter of his skill an opening like this, he's going to take it every time.
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Lee against Washington. Fires away from way outside. And no good.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Here's Lee. Can't cash in from close range. 3 minutes of action so far in the second quarter. A shot by Lundberg, no good.
His consistency just hasn't been there this quarter in terms of his shooting.
They get it back. That one's not going to go. To the inside. Pass to Pakusevsky. Washington, that's for two. And that one off the back of the rim and in. Washington's got his first basket of the night. Lee against Washington. And there's the foul. It will go on Lee. That is his first foul of the game.
And really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
Washington against Lee. From outside the arc. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Washington's got 5 points now in the quarter. Several lead changes going on here in the early portion of this game.
Yeah, it reminds me of that cameo song, Back and Forth.
Here's DeColo, and they come right back with their own three-pointer. DeColo's got 7.
For real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
Here's Lundberg. Trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. Here's Leidy. The shot misses.
Just enough resistance to force the miss. Barely. That's one he'll generally make.
Scooped up. Pass to Pakusevsky. And a miss there on the triple.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
Lee outside. From outside, off the mark. Here's Lundberg, driving to the basket. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Lundberg's got his second bucket tonight. Lee outside. No good on the last second attempt there. So the clock runs out with the score tied going into halftime. And we'll be back right after halftime for the start of the third quarter. We'll see you in a bit.
And that's a halftime wrap.
Second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game that's been so far. Harrison out there with Maledon. And it's Laverne in at the foul. And Theo Maledon picks up the foul.
Personal foul.
That is his first foul of the game. Bonga deciding where to go with it. Lets it go from deep. And it's Maledon with the rebound. So starting the second half, here's who Phil Jackson has on the floor. Jones is out there with Ntilikina. Then it's Jones. And it's Davies in at center. Pass to Schofield. Here's Harrison. Off target from outside. On the wing, Jones. And oh boy, a lot of contact there. And here we go with the coach's challenge. Not surprised in a competitive game like this. And he's disputing the personal foul call.
Jones. 2 shots.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original.
The previous play is under review.
A lot easier to determine.
After review, the ruling on the floor stands.
You really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving. And how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They have decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And that one falls for Jones. And so Jones nails both of them.
For a star like him, you get lots of opportunities at the line, and he's great at cashing them in.
Pass to Harrison. Launches it. Sinks the triple. Harrison's got 12.
The offensive success is due in part to his quality shooting. He hasn't wasted too many looks.
And it's Jones finishing it off.
And we've seen several lead changes tonight. Neither team giving an edge.
I've been on the edge of my seat courtside. Man, this has been a barn burner.
It's tipped, and the ball ends up out of bounds. And they retain possession.
Honestly, if you're the defense, you should be ashamed not coming up with a steal on that pass.
Here's Davies, defended by Laverne. And it's Jones finishing it off.
And guys, I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is to get the 2 points, not necessarily the dramatics.
Oh, come on. He had to go for that, didn't he? My goodness.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
And you can feel the jolt of energy that he sent through his team. That is a huge boost in a tight game like this.
A great competitive game so far.
And from the look of it, this one could go right down to the wire.
Here's Bonga, covered by Agensa. Releases. Bonga, no good.
Hey, look, I'm not going to lie here. That's a shot that he needs to be making. There are no excuses.
Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. Here's Harrison. Pass to Schofield. Shot clock at 6. And he uses the glass on the layup. Schofield's got 6 here in this quarter.
And you gotta love the big bucket in the paint in this sort of a grinded-out game.
Here's Bonga. 10 points for him. A three-pointer off the mark.
Definitely a situation you want to make sure you don't give him too good of a look.
Agensa kicks to Harrison.
2 minutes.
1:56 left in the third quarter. Pass to Maladon. Davies grabs the miss.
It seemed like he changed his mind halfway through the layup, tried to go to something else, and flat out choked it.
Jones, no luck.
And they had some botched coverage that turned into no coverage.
And that one's good, Harrison.
Yeah, he's shown terrific control of the pace and the rhythm of this offense.
He's locked in with his teammates right now, setting guys up in perfect position.
Here's Ldlc. It's blocked. And here comes the break. Here's Maladon. Banked in off the glass. Maladon's got 8. They're getting beat up pretty badly out there.
And I don't care what anybody says. You can't keep the status quo. If it ain't working, you got to make some changes.
Ldlc passes to Davies. Outside, Jones. Over Maladon. Jones, no luck.
Boy, you can just see the frustration growing on their faces. Nothing going their way.
In a major drought, need to find some sort of momentum.
Fires the 3, and he's good on the 3 ball. 7 points in the game.
And guys, there are some you can give that shot to, but let's be clear, he's not one of them. Terrible job there by the D.
Harrison passes to Maladon. Trying to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Here's Bonga, covered by Agenza. Pass to Bonga from the arc. He can't get it to go. The third quarter comes to a close. They're up by 4. And coming up as soon as we return from break, now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
You've got to admire the vision just as much as the accuracy. Not many players can even spot that pass.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. You've got Lee, and it's DeColo in at the shooting guard position. Jones, no luck. Jones has gone 2 for 6 from the floor so far. And there's the foul to try to stop the break, and that'll be a clear path to the basket. 2 free throws coming up, and they'll retain possession. And he makes the first.
Taking 2 shots.
And both free throws good for DeColo. Jackson has the open look. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Back to Pokusevski. Count that one. Pokusevski's got his first points in this one.
And no matter what they've tried, the D just has not been able to deny them the ball inside.
There's a good screen. And a wide open look for Lee. That 3 off the mark.
He's been off. Still, they're up, so not all is lost.
Top of the key, Washington. The 3. Offensive rebound to the right side. Guarded by Jackson. 5 on the clock. Fires from deep. Buries it from 3-point range.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
Yeah, as soon as these guys feel contact, they are just disappearing like they're not even there. You got to show some fire and keep defending.
Yeah, clearly he hadn't established position there.
We're just over a minute and a half now into the 4th. Lighty, defended by Pokusevski. Lee gets the bucket.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
This is today's NBA. Hey, we see this kind of exchange more often than not.
A shot by Lundberg, no good. Lundberg's gotten only 2 of his 8 attempts to fall from the floor.
There was a time you could get yelled at for taking a 3 like that, but now it's a great decision, and it paid off.
Washington with it. Guarded now by Jackson. Pass to Pokusevski. Lee with the steal. And here comes Jackson leading the fast break. Lee outside. There's the drive. Cuts off the pass. Pass to Pokusevski. Lee with the steal. Here's Lighty. Finished off the break.
You gotta love his hustle, leaving the defense no time to react.
And all of a sudden, that man was just on the other end. Wow.
Tipped away. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. The first one falls.
At the line for the away team, number 5, taking 2 shots.
And that's good as he hits both of his shots. In recent history, GA, we've seen some so-called redshirt rookies really thrive in their first season.
Oh, great call, partner. Blake Griffin, Joel Embiid, Chet Holmgren, the latest, were all forced to sit out their first year, but they got to be around the team, soak up as much knowledge as possible, and you can't really argue with the results.
Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the 4th quarter. That one goes in.
Got it in close, and unless it's an open 3, that's the key to efficient offense.
Out to Lee. Shoots the three. Kuszewski grabs the miss. Lee's gone 40% from the floor in 10 attempts. To the paint. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass.
Outstanding entry pass there. He knew exactly where to go with the ball.
Screen by Lee. 1:02 left to play here in the fourth. Lundberg grabs the rebound.
And not sure they've got enough time to save themselves.
And if I were them, I'd start thinking about where I'm going to get food after the game because this one looks a bit out of reach.
From deep Washington. The rebound by Lighty.
Gotta find easier shots when you're already struggling. That's not gonna get it.
Here's the screen. Right wing. Stolen by Washington.
No time to waste on this possession.
Clock working against them right now.
Stolen by Washington. Three-pointer. A shot by Lundberg. No good. So the home crowd happy here as they get the victory. It was a fantastic ball game, and they did it.
Thanks, everyone, for... Joining 2K Sports for this Wednesday evening presentation of the NBA. With Grant Hill and Clark Kellogg, I'm Brian Anderson. Allie LaForce is our reporter. We've got the visitors facing the home team. Now the starting group for the visitors. Here's Ajinça. Second shot opportunity, and that's 2 points on the layup.
Hey, take it right to the defense. Not a bad way to start this game.
Brown with a screen. Korkmaz on the wing. Nice assist and nice finish. Solid play all the way around.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Here's Harrison from the arc. Nails it from beyond the arc.
You don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
Pass to Brown. Jacks up a three. Rebounded by Ajinça. Harrison, the pass to Maladon. Here's Harrison. Driving in, and he jams it home with authority.
Oh, nice one-handed jam there, B.A.
Hey, little exclamation point.
Hey, they've got a nice, comfortable lead here, fellas. Might as well keep it simple. Do it a plain, simple one-hander, just like pound cake.
This team looks to him to score the ball. They feel good when he's taking the shots.
Pass to Maladon. Here's the three. Hauled in by Brown. About 2 minutes gone by in the first quarter. And James puts up a deep three. They get the rebound. Oh, they get a hand on it. And they're on the break. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Okay, big man. Hammer it home.
Ooh, showing some athleticism right there. He still knows how to finish.
Well, he doesn't count on elevation or hang time, that's for sure, but he can still get it in the basket.
Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up.
It is. I mean, no reason to back off and give him the layup. I mean, much better off making him go to the line.
He's off on the second. And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. Gets his second attempt to go. Now he's 1 for 2.
The big story thus far, how well they've shot the rock.
Very high percentage so far, and if you want to start a game hot, that's the way to do it.
Pass to Schofield. Back to Maladon. Here's Harrison. The three. Hauled in by Brown.
He didn't make them pay for that weak defense, but they just can't rely on him to miss those kind of shots.
Back to James. Lets the three fly. Buries it. He's 2 for 4 in this game.
I love it. Just thumbing his nose at the height disadvantage. He's able to get the space he needs and convert.
And you look at him, he's given up an awful lot of size in that matchup, so he needs to have the ability to create separation.
First one falls for him. That misses, so he splits the free throws. From downtown. Here's Korkmaz. Played it in with a nice touch off the window.
Second chance points are always painful. Have to make the effort to box out.
Hey, guys standing around spectating, I mean, you got to get in there and get tough.
Harrison jams it in off a great move.
What a finish. I mean, he just took over himself.
What a show of power right there from the point guard. Man, sweet.
And you know, guys, when your point guard is making explosive plays at the rim, I really do think it sets the tone for the rest of the team.
Here's Maladon. Pass to Harrison. Driving to the basket. His 4th make in 5 tries. Solid start for him.
And force-feeding the ball inside. I mean, no reason to go away from what's working.
And when you make 5 in a row in close like that, it also takes pressure off your perimeter guys, too.
Harrison's gone 4 of 5 shooting from the field. Here's Calathis. James outside. Fires for 3. Good. 3rd basket in 6 attempts.
And the defense is really allowing them too much room on the perimeter.
Here's Laverne. James with the rebound. Shot and game clock separated by 5. Korkmaz on the wing. 6 to shoot. A chance there to take the lead, but a miss. Here's Maladon. Ooh, plenty of contact on that shot. Officials call the foul, and he'll take 2 free throws now. He's getting his first free throw attempts of the night now. The first one falls. Good on both.
He's making the most of every trip to the line, providing for his team.
Got a piece of it. And James puts up a deep 3. No luck on that one. And that concludes a back-and-forth, high-scoring first quarter of play. Leading by just 2. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter. We'll see what happens here in the second. And from what we've seen here from the home team, what's your take so far?
You can really see the strategy coming in. Get the ball into the painted area.
Yeah, and it's worked. They've got a clear edge and points in the paint. Now we'll see if they go with a more balanced attack or just keep on pounding it inside.
And the officials will call the illegal screen here. And as the end of the regular season draws closer, let's take a look at the latest power rankings. They're holding in the same spot, looking to climb the rankings.
You know, right now for the visiting team, they got written off by a lot of people early on, but they've shown everyone up by delivering a strong season so far.
The drive by Jackson. Out left to the wing. And the call is going to be, yes, on an illegal screen.
Well, the league has put an emphasis to crack down on illegal screens.
Yeah, you know, he might have gotten away with that a few years ago, but not anymore. No way. Now you've got to be stationary on those screens. No extra hips or elbows, or they'll call it.
And plays like that one can make the difference in a close game.
And it definitely got the bench on their feet, too.
Making a statement for sure. I mean, we'll see if they can maintain that aggressive approach, guys.
Quarter number 2 with just over a minute of play. No good on the 3. Here's Lee. Pass to Jackson. Back to Lee. Beyond the arc. It's hauled in by Akobo. 4-3. The shot misses. Tipped. Here's Black. He's scoreless. Pass to Lee. Let's go with a 3. And the ball ends up out of bounds. Now keep possession. And we're about 2 minutes into the second quarter here. Jackson, the pass to Lee. There's the 3. And he can't connect. He's 1 for 3 in this game. Lee's gone 1 for 3 from the field here. Diallo outside. Puts up a deep 3. It's hauled in by Black. To the left side wing. Here's DeColo. They get it again. Out to the wing. Back to Lee. Here's DeColo. Takes a 3. Not going to go that time. And we're now a little over 2.5 minutes into the second. Here's Mata-Yunus. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. These are his first free throws of the game. That free throw, no good.
Mata-Yunus taking 2 shots.
He hits the second from the line. Here's Lee. Three minutes of action thus far in the second. Another miss. They desperately need a bucket.
He's looking pretty unsettled at the moment. Doesn't seem like he has a great feel for his shot.
To the inside. Tipped away. Here's DeColo. The 3. On target from range.
Such an effective shooter. If you lose track of him defensively, he's gonna make you pay.
Diallo against Jackson. Diallo gets the bucket.
That's a nice play there. Not going to miss many from there.
A tight game here in Milwaukee. A minute 20 left in the second period. No problems knocking that one down. DeColo's got 6 points.
Backing up that last 3 with another 3. The defense has to stop giving them so many clean looks.
The 3. The rebound by Cornelie.
Yeah, and they've taken their foot off the gas a little. They were much more aggressive to start the game and really getting their opponent in early foul trouble.
Yeah, exactly. And I think they need to continue to press that advantage. They've got to get back to that. Don't go away from that. It's been working so well for them. Stay with it.
Diallo's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc. There's 37 seconds left to play in the second quarter. They grab their own miss. Pass to Lee. Let's go with a 3. The shot off that time.
Oh, man, he can't get anything to fall. You can feel his frustration.
And he's got to find other ways to contribute then, because his shot making is not happening right now.
Can't tie it up. That one misses. Jackson outside. Three-pointer, no good. And so a close game as we wrap up the first half of play. They lead by 3. And we'll be right back after halftime to get the third quarter underway.
What do you think about our Eastern Conference winner?
He's been their catalyst when they need a bucket or they need someone to make a play.
Getting points from that second unit was clutch. Depth protects you against injury, but it can also win a game for you.
Yeah, and those starters are going to have this.
And that is going to do it.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. We've got Teo Maladon, and it's Harrison in at the point. Pass to Ajinça. Here's Harrison. Here's Maladon. 5 on the clock. Jack's up at 3. He can't get it to go.
And even after airtight defense like that, you still just expect him to hit those kind of shots.
James can't get it to go.
You know, he's just not taking good shots, not taking smart shots, forcing up a lot of low percentage jump there.
Back to Maladon. Fires from deep. The offensive rebound. And it goes as the official calls the foul. Count it, and he'll shoot one more at the line.
Second personal foul.
And the free throw, no good. Here's Calathis. And a minute played as the second half gets going. James outside. Goes up again. Oh, 3 chances on that possession, but they just can't find a way to score. Back to Maladon. Pass to Schofield. And down it goes. Jam that one home.
Woo! Defensively, you can't afford to let him get to the rim that easily.
Well, that might be why their deficit is what it is right now.
You know, you look at it, the communication is lacking, as is the trust. They can ill afford those types of breakdowns. It won't work. You can't win with those kind of breakdowns.
Here's James. Lets it fly. And he tries it off the glass, but it's no good.
Offensively, the struggles continue. 0 for 5 to start the half.
It's scooped up. Pass to Maladon. Here's Schofield. Check by James. Schofield passes to Maladon. Here's Schofield. It's stolen by James. Ooh, anticipated the pass. It's a turnover. Here's Harrison. And he drains it. A solid 5 for 6 now.
Gets the shot he wants. The defense wasn't quite connected enough. They lost contact.
They set the pick. And here's Brown. Still no points. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed.
And, you know, coaches will take possessions like that all day long. Phenomenal use of the screen there.
Here's Harrison. It goes again. His 6th basket in 7 tries.
Tell you what, he has been feeling it, guys, and the best game plan right now, it's elementary. Just keep feeding him. Let him eat.
Oh, got that one up quick. James has got 10.
You know, they'll take the points, but I'm sure Coach would prefer a higher percentage look next time.
Pass to Schofield. 3rd quarter of basketball here. A little under 3.5 minutes gone by. Driving inside. Here's Maladon. Clock at 4. From the arc. James with the rebound. Right side Brown. This one for 3. 2nd chance shot. Can't hit that one. Here's Ajinça. Pass to Schofield. Over to the left wing. Here's Harrison. From deep. He drops it from range. Harrison's got 8 here in this quarter.
He's starting to heat up from outside. That's his 2nd this half.
Back to James. Puts up a deep 3. And that goes out of bounds. And they'll keep possession. Tries a 3 off the inbound. Nails it from 3. 13 points in the game.
His first 3 of the half. That gives him 9 total points from beyond the arc so far.
Pass to Maladon. Here's Ajinça. Back to Maladon. Fires for 3. Hauled in by Brown. 15 seconds left in the 3rd. Here's Korkmaz. From deep 3-point land. And he can't get that one. The 3rd quarter comes to a close. Up by 8. And when we return, we'll get the 4th quarter rolling here on 2K Sports. And a worthy candidate tonight as we take a look at our State Farm assist of the game.
This is the definition of team chemistry. I love to see this kind of communication and connection between teammates leading to the perfect pass.
For me, next to the big-time alley-oops and monster throwdowns, passes like that are probably the next best thing when it comes to sweet-looking NBA highlights.
And this is it. Glad to have you along for this 4th quarter. We've got Teo Maladon, and it's Harrison in at the 1. Ooh, it's stolen away. And here comes the break. Here's Ajinça. Throw it down on the breakaway jam.
That's a pretty serious blow, guys. I mean, they are showing they want this game more. Staying active defensively and putting up some quick points.
Out to James. Launches it from deep. The long distance 3 is buried.
He's hit a pair of 3s each half, making a significant impact.
Pass to Harrison. 60 ticks off the clock here in the 4th. Plenty of space. And he nails that one right through the heart. Harrison's got 10 points here in the 2nd half.
And it only makes sense to give him the rock again. He put the team on his back all game.
And no let-up in him either, guys. I mean, he wants to continue to expand that lead, and as long as he's the one taking the shots, that lead's going to expand.
There's a screen. We've gone about 1.5 minutes into this 4th quarter. Akobo, no good. Here's DeColo. Pass to Lee. Here's DeColo. 3-pointer. He buries it from 3.
Woo! That man is laser focused. Now, that's bad defense for a team that has a long way to go to catch up.
They look pretty demoralized to me, and that always shows through at the defensive end first. That kind of energy and hustle on the glass usually produces good results.
Pass to Lee. To the wing on the left. For three. The shot that time not on target.
And they've been able to maintain this lead despite his inconsistency from the field.
Puts up a deep three. No luck on that one.
You know, even though they're on top in this one, you'd like him to be better out there because he's capable of being better. It sure would make things a lot easier, too.
A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth. Here's DeColo with the putback. Pass to Lee. There's the triple. Drills it from deep. DeColo's got 6 in the quarter.
Not sure what the defense was thinking. I mean, you can't leave this guy open from deep.
Inside. Lays it up and banks it in.
Punching it inside, attacking the heart of that defense. I love it.
Lee into the lane. He's off on the layup. Lee's gotten just one of his 7 shots to go. For 3, Diallo. It's hauled in by Black. Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've played about 3.5 minutes into the fourth quarter here. Beyond the arc. Offensive rebound. Intercepted. Pass to Akobo. The 3 ball. It's hauled in by Black. Black's got 4 rebounds now. Diallo passes to Corday. Here's Akobo. And it's off from 3-point range.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Here's Black. There's 53 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. That shot missing. Here's Mata Yunus. Here's Corneli. Offline with a 3. Pass to Lee. Fires from the wing. Doesn't go for him.
And just not enough time for them to get back in this game.
Not by a long shot. It's all but official.
Good on the shot, and that shaves the lead to single digits. 23 seconds left to play in the fourth quarter of this one. Here's Corneli. Here's Akobo. Gets the 3 to fall. We've got 13 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
Away team foul. Number 32. First personal foul. First team foul.
Here's DeColo. And so the home crowd treated to a win. This one was in the balance right in.
Welcome, everyone, to the NBA on 2K Sports. With Greg Anthony and Stan Van Gundy, this is Kevin Harlan, and we're joined by our reporter, David Aldridge, on the sidelines. It'll be the visiting team facing the home team. Now the starting group for the visitors. Korkmaz is out there with Brown. Then it's James. And it's Calathes in at point guard. Jones with him. He's picked up by James. Pass to Washington. It's deflected. And that one ends up out of bounds. They'll keep possession. Here's Davies. That's short off the rim. Here's Korkmaz. Off target from three-point range. Outside, Jones drives to the hoop, and it goes down 2 points.
You can't ask for a better look, and he capitalizes.
They set the pick. Papagiannis kicks to Brown. James outside. Misses the three.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Jones, the pass to Jones. Lets the three fly. Rebounded by Papagiannis.
Well, this isn't the start they wanted. Need to just settle down and move the ball for better shots.
From deep, Washington. Offensive rebound. Bonga. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
Yeah, easy call.
First trip to the line for him here. First free throw is good. So he gets them both. And in the first, a little over a minute and a half in. To the middle, here's Papagiannis. Good, and the assist goes to James.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Once he gets in deep on the defense, there is no way he's missing a layup like that.
Here's Calathes. Brown with a screen on Washington. Calathes, no luck. Jones for three. The three-pointer is right on target.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Jones against Brown. Pass to Papagiannis. Back to Brown. Papagiannis can't hit. Outside, Jones. From deep. Davies kicks to Washington. To the left side wing. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call. Jones is gone 1 of 3 from the field here. James way outside. And rebounded by Davies. About 3 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Pass to Bonga. Washington with it. Fires for 3. Davies, the pass to Jones. Jones kicks to Washington. The tray. Korkmaz grabs the miss. Now Brown, still yet to score. To the wing right side. Papianis passes to James. Clock at 4. Out to the right wing. Here's Korkmaz. No good with the triple. Jones for 3. Doesn't go that time.
Well, you can tell he's forcing things a bit at the moment. He's been trying to get it going, but this hasn't been his quarter.
Here's Jones. That's in. Coming off an assist from Jones. Jones has got his second basket of the night.
Oh, great ball movement there.
In the corner, it's James. Pass to Korkmaz. They could use a bucket. And Jones pulls it down. Jones has got his 5th rebound in this one.
Second personal foul.
That one misses for Jones.
At the line for your home team, Jones. Shooting 1.
Knocked away. And stolen by James. Down low. In the hoop for his 3rd make from the field. He's 3 for 4 thus far in the contest.
Yeah, another nice bucket down low. They've really been able to work the ball into the post effectively here so far.
Well, he's a bit of an undersized center. However, his leaping ability can certainly mask that.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Coathis kicks to Brown. Inside. And that one's good. Korkmaz.
And he placed that pass out in front of him and let him just run into it in rhythm.
Bonga, no good. Brown deciding where to go with it. Pass to Coathis. From deep, James. And that concludes the first quarter of play. Leading by 5. Let's take a quick break now, and then it's on to the second quarter after this. And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. Guys, what's your take on the home team so far?
I mean, the rebounding was the difference in that first period. You've got to block these guys out.
Hey, look, it's simple. More rebounds means more possessions, and that's clearly been their priority.
Corniche is out there with Diallo. And it's Monaco in at the 5, roaming the pace. And the basket by Corniche. Here's Ldlc. And stolen by Diallo. Here's Akobo. Pass to Monaco. Over to the left wing. Here's Akobo. 6 to shoot. Puts up a 3. Still looking for his first make after that miss. He's 0 for 2.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Ldlc can't hit. To the inside. And they're pushing it up. Drills it from outside. Ldlc's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. After Okobo. Pulls up on the wing. Monaco kicks to Diallo. And the 3 off target. He's guarded by Diallo. For the 3. Buries the long-range jumper.
Well, it's a 3-point shooting league. Guys like him are so important for spacing.
We're now about 2 minutes into the second quarter. And here is Moniunas. Scoreless thus far. Here's Ldlc inside. Kusevsky.
He takes advantage of them in every way possible.
And Greg, he lures them into a trap on the steal, and then bang, straight to the bucket.
Turning great defense into great offense. That's the kind of stop you're looking for.
And here in the second quarter of action with a hair under 2.5 minutes played so far.
And you could tell he thought that triple was going to fall.
Pass to Lundberg. Knees with the rebound.
And he's a good shooter from outside, but not sure from that deep.
Yeah, it seems like everybody's jacking him up from way out there these days. You want guys to stay within themselves.
Good for the basket, starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
And after that ragged first quarter, they're getting some momentum, some confidence. Nice flow.
That's to Diallo. 17-foot shot on the way. That one misses. 3 shots all come up empty. And he drives in. The shot's good from Ldlc.
Fleshing out his offensive game over time. Ldlc wants to keep improving in the paint.
Ldlc has gone 2 of 3 from the field. Now Diallo takes the 3. Kusevsky grabs the miss.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
1:14 left to play here in the second quarter. There's a screen. Diallo has the open look. Drains the three-pointer.
And that pick takes the D totally out of the equation.
Yeah, you've got to lock and trail hard. You can't allow him a clean look from that.
Here's Cornish, defended by Pokushevsky. Moniunas' shot is good. Moniunas has got his first basket.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position. Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. Now here's Diallo to the paint. It's intercepted. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. A shot by Lundberg, no good.
And he just hasn't been able to make anything this quarter.
And the shot is off from Cornish.
Well, the analytics don't like it, but if the defense is giving it up, I like that shot selection despite the mistake.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Here's a Kobo. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. And so that brings the first half to a close. Up by 11. And don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of the third quarter.
Welcome.
They've had a lot of success in transition, running for their lives like a turkey in November. Bark, bark, bark.
I don't know that. Fellas, what do you say we take a look now? Thanks for spending half.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. You have to like what we've seen from Jones.
Yeah, and just look at the numbers from the first half. He has been very efficient.
Yeah, it's not like he's getting everything at the rim. He's playing smart and just taking what the defense gives him.
They've got Jones. Also, Washington out there. And it's Bonga in at the 3. And that's the group for Phil Jackson as we begin the second half. Brown outside. Stolen. It's 3-on-3 on the fast break. The rim-rattling two-handed jam.
playing with high energy, outworking the defense up the floor.
Yeah, the commitment to run is paying great dividends on the break.
Terrific play call to give him a clean look at the rim. That's how you want to start the second half.
Yeah, I like how they're establishing their interior presence right away. That's going to collapse the defense and create other opportunities.
They grab their own miss. Pass to Bonga. Five to shoot. Hits the jumper in space. James against Jones. James right side. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Jones.
Away team's ball.
On Wednesday and then on Friday.
And if I'm this team, I'm looking at this as a barometer to see how we stack up against some of the top teams in the league. They'll have to be at their best, but if they come out of this with some success, I think it'll build momentum for the rest of the run.
Well, he can't buy a bucket, but it's time to find other ways to help his team win.
Bangs home the trifecta.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today? Ending with a basket, coming off a pretty pass.
Hits the three-point bomb.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
Well, you know it's become a three-point shooting league. Teams shooting a steady diet from outside.
And it's James missing.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
And it seems each season more things can be subject to video review. Are you a fan of that, Greg?
You know, I'm a fan of keeping the game moving. I'm not sure I'd get rid of review, but I sure would like the league to find a way to speed them up.
Here's Bonga. One-on-one here. Here's Korkmaz. Good. Great play by Kalathis to set it up. Kalathis has got his third assist on the night.
And they need those kind of plays right now. Smart defense that generates some open.
And the latest now from our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. David, it's all yours. Take it away.
Kevin, thanks. With the CBA and new broadcasting deals both completed, league talk now turns to expansion. Commissioner Adam Silver says if you're a successful organization, I think it makes sense over time to continue to grow. There's no doubt that there are a lot of great cities we're interested in having in the NBA. Kevin?
So right, David, we could lay out 3, 4, 5 cities right now that would beg to have professional basketball. Jones for 3. Tries again. Out to the right wing. Bonga. And that goes out of bounds. And they'll keep possession. 1:49 left in the third. And it's Washington missing.
And I'm sure next time he sits down, coach is going to have a few choice words for him with that shot selection.
Yeah, that definitely wasn't the shot they were looking for. You got to keep the ball moving in that situation.
Now here's Jones. He has 6. Here's the 3. And it's Washington missing.
Frozen. Guys just ice cold, unable to contribute offensively.
Poke loose. Here we go, all alone. Here's Bonga. They get it again. Beyond the arc. No good on that one.
And he has been ice cold from beyond the arc here since halftime, and he continues yet to fire away. He has got to tone it down if he wants to help his team.
James against Jones. Shot clock at 6. James the pass to Papagiannis. No good with the triple.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
There's 37 seconds left in the third. Washington finds Jones. They set the pick, and there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
And guys, point of emphasis for the league is to really crack down on illegal screens.
Yeah, and yet we still see it a lot. It's a tough thing to police.
Here's Calathes. 17 seconds left to play in the third. James, no good.
He is just really almost playing for the other team. The shooting has just been poor. Really just a great play to sacrifice his body and take the charge.
Second team foul.
Here's Washington. No good on the quick three. Here's Calathes. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Up 11. We've got more in store for you. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
Just true artistry right there. I mean, great decision on where to go with the ball, and how about the perfect delivery?
Wow, that was an absolute masterpiece of an assist. He knew exactly when to deliver the ball, and it made for a beautiful score.
And there have been two very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. We've got Brown. James is out there with Korkmaz, and it's Calathes in at the point.
Yeah, and after not making any triples in the first half, that's his second since the break.
And he comes up with the deuce.
And that tells the tale here today, guys. Throughout this game, they've been able to get the ball in tight and finish.
James way outside. And there's the call on Jones. That is his first foul of the game.
First team foul. Substitution on the court.
From deep three-point land. And it's Okobo missing. Okobo's gone 1 of 6 shooting so far. To the middle. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Well, he led him with the pass there, almost like a quarterback timing a route. That was impressive.
Pass to Corniche. Takes a three. That one, no good.
And even without that three-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Here's Okobo. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
At the line for the away team, Okobo. 2 shots.
That's also good. So he hits both free throws.
Just solid. Really one of the very best there is at the free throw line.
Here's Ldlc. And a miss there on the triple. Just about 1.5 minutes gone by here in the fourth.
Yeah, clearly struggling here with the foul. Still early. And just one more will put him over the limit.
Here's Diallo. Diving in. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Couldn't run the inbound play any better than right there.
Drops in the tray.
He is cold-blooded. Drops the dagger. Piles on to what was already a big lead.
And defensively, that kind of effort is just not going to cut it.
That one drops for him.
Huge hole in the defense that possession. He didn't waste any time cutting through it.
There's the triple. The shot that time not on target. From deep three-point land. Kept alive. Here's Corniche, and he gets the basket. Officials blowing the whistle, so a chance at the line for one more.
How about the perseverance there, the extra effort on that offensive glass?
And that one misses. Here's Ldlc, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
Nice execution by the offense, generating a good look.
Puts up a deep three. Shot good by Diallo.
And talk about a terrific stroke. The defense was hoping that a three ball that deep wasn't going in.
The three ball. Adiunas grabs the miss. And we're about 3 minutes into the fourth quarter. Shot good by Diallo.
And those are the types of shots down the stretch that win you ball games.
Here's Ldlc. lets it go with a three. Pokusevski with the bucket. Pokusevski's got 5 points in the quarter.
And that three was big. I mean, it cancels out the triple at the other end, and that appeared to really tighten this game up.
For three, Pokusevski grabs the miss.
Well, I've been here before. You're looking to get back in the game, but desperation threes are not the way to do it.
Well, he wants to shoot his way out of this cold spell, but the struggles continue.
Yeah, I get it, but you don't want him forcing things. It's better to get your shots within the flow of the offense.
Pass to Lundberg. Yunus grabs the miss. Here's Cornish, defended by Pokusevski, and the shot goes down. 1:10 left in the fourth quarter. It falls for the 6th time in 7 tries this contest. That's 86%. Here's Cornish, defended by Pokusevski. Okobo, a three-pointer, no good.
It's almost like he's trying to make things hard on himself. You know, he's just got to slow the game down, try to get some easy ones.
Here's Diallo, and it's off from three-point range. A chance here to possibly put it out of reach.
This is when you really need to maintain your focus. And I was sure that was money on that one, but everyone is afforded an easy miss or two.
Yeah, it was a great look. Sometimes they don't fall. You've just got to keep taking great shots.
Here's a Kobo. And the three off target. And so the home crowd treated to a win. Probably a little closer than they would have liked it, but a win nonetheless.
Yep.
Welcome, everyone. What better way to end the weekend than the NBA on 2K Sports? With two Hall of Famers, Doris Burke and Grant Hill. I'm Brian Anderson. Allie LaForce, our reporter. We've got the visitors facing the home team. Now the starting group for the visitors. They've got Maladon, and it's Schofield in at the 4. Here's Aginsa with the drive. Oh, planks that one. He's 0 for 1 to start. Pass to Jones. Here's Bonga. Jones in the post. Here's Ntilikina. Shot clock at 6. Shot from the top of the key. And it comes off the front of the rim. Here's Laverne. Maladon. Pass to Schofield. Off target from three-point range. On the wing, Jones from behind the arc. And no good.
Boy, that's 0 for 3 in the early going. Just a little out of sync.
Here's Aginsa. Oh, nice finish from the low block. That one's good.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
And I think defensively, that is not the way you want to start. Giving up high percentage looks, that doesn't typically end well.
Bonga sinks it from distance.
He's consistent from out there, especially when you give him that kind of room.
Here's Maladon, defended by Jones. Here's Laverne. Here's Harrison. Tried to come right back with a 3 of his own, but it's no good. Outside Jones, down low. Puts it up to the left side wing. Pass to Maladon. And he throws it down. What a terrific lead pass.
And that's what happens when you don't take care of the ball.
Hey, that makes the turnover hurt even more.
At the end of the day, though, it's 2 points. Don't hang your heads. Let's get refocused and play with more patience.
Here's Ntilikina. There's the 3. Fires in the triple. Bonga's got 6.
It's so obvious Ntilikina is a pass-first point guard. This guy is an exceptional passer with very good vision.
4-3. Harrison with the bucket.
Man, this is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
Jones' shot is good. These teams have really gone back and forth.
Yeah, 5 lead changes already. This one's going to be a battle for sure.
Here's Maladon. And the layup is good off the glass.
Well, exposing a weakness in the defense, that's just way too easy, guys.
Here's Ntilikina. That won't go. Misses his first shot of the game.
Well, this is the kind of shot we've come to expect him to make. He's got to be upset with that one.
Pass to Aginsa. Right wing. Back to Maladon. Here's Harrison. Fires the 3. Jones grabs the board.
And that's exactly how tightly you have to guard him every time he steps to the arc. He's just that good.
All by himself. And he caps off the break with a monster slam.
Well orchestrated. And then the pass is right on the money.
Pass to Jones. Jones in the post. Yet to see a basket. The shot won't fall. Here's Ldlc. Here's Harrison. Off target from outside.
I think he's got to settle down because right now it feels like he's rushing, like he's forcing some shots. This quarter he has been completely bothered.
Now here's Jones. Puts up a three. Rebounded by Ldlc. Here's Laverne, defended by Jones. Perfect night so far, 2 for 2.
And guys, the way this defense is getting manhandled down low, you have to wonder if they're at 100% right now.
Jones from outside. Another missed shot. He's 1 of 5, looking shaky out there.
Boy, the wheels have definitely fallen off in this quarter. He cannot buy one.
Back to Maledon. Here's Ldlc. Pass to Maledon. Deflected. And that does it for the first quarter. Leading by 5. Don't go away. We'll be back with the second quarter in. And for those of you just tuning in, second quarter action is where we are. And what do you guys think about the visitors here in this one?
Give it up for their D. They're battling, communicating, and coming up with key stops.
Yeah, I think they wanted to come out of the gate strong, and they have. They've taken the early lead here.
Here's Lee. Nice start for him, sinking his first shot.
Good execution. They're getting some short-range looks here.
Defended by Jackson. Here's Washington. Perfect pass to set up the lay-in.
He can really read the floor. Precision pass in rhythm.
Lee into the lane. Yep, that one's good. Lee's got his second bucket of the night. So it's the home team now. They trail by 7. And Lundberg gets it to go. And about a minute gone in the second quarter. Here's Lee. And a nice finish on the layup. Lee's got 6 here in the quarter.
Soft defense. I mean, they've given up 10 of the last 12 points inside.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
LaMelo Ball is such an instinctive playmaker. Talking about his approach, he said, I'm just making it up. I see someone, I throw it, whatever comes to mind. Brian, the way he sees the game makes him box office attraction.
I like it. It's that new school flair with a game that harkens back to some of the greats. He's special to watch, Allie.
And now, almost all their points coming from the paint.
It's stolen. To the middle.
And the lead increases on a crazy offensive sequence.
Man, the dunk alone would have been incredible, let alone the fact that it came off a pinpoint pass. Now here's Pokashevsky. Not a lot of room. Defended by Jackson. No good with the triple. 2 minutes now played in the second quarter. Here's DeColo. Hits the three-pointer.
And so far, there's been tremendous cohesion offensively this quarter.
And here's Washington. They need this. He can't hit that time.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
Here's DeColo. Pass to Jackson. Launches a three. And the shot's off. 1 for 2 in this one. Second quarter play. Almost 3 minutes gone here. And so he draws the foul, headed to the line to shoot a pair. All right, let's say you're starting a new franchise today, and you get to pick any player in the league. Who you got, Grant?
Oh, man, there's so much talent to choose from. You can't go wrong with Doncic, Antetokounmpo, or Jokic. There's some enticing young players, too, like Anthony Edwards as well.
Here's DeColo. From outside, off the mark. DeColo's gone 1 for 3 on the night. Soft touch off the glass.
Well, what a terrific possession. Attack in the painted area.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
The three is up. Ooh, he's locked in. Drains his 5th shot in as many attempts.
I'll tell you, this lead's not going anywhere with this guy making plays. What a quarter.
Shot on the wing. Lundberg's shot is off.
Well, that's a blown defensive coverage, but it doesn't matter. He cannot answer the bell.
Fires the three. Can't get it to drop. DeColo's gotten just 1 of his 4 attempts from the floor tonight. From downtown, Lundberg's shot is off. Boy, we're seeing inspired play out of them.
And that's certainly reflected in the score.
And unable to corral the miss as it goes out of play. On Sunday, and then on Thursday, .119 left in the half. They need something good to happen here.
Yeah, they've gone way too long without a score.
Pass to Pokashevsky. Three-pointer. Oh, clanks that one. He's 0 for 1 to start.
Nice rebound. Trying to match the other team's intensity right now.
Here's DeColo. Lets it go from deep. No good that time.
He came out today planning to do as much damage from three-point range as possible. Well, it looks like it's time to change up the plan, guys.
What a beautiful stroke from range. Defensively, you've got to try to take him out of his comfort zone.
Pass to Lee. Ooh, too long in the paint. And he's hit with a 3-second violation. And this is his first trip to the line tonight. And he shows the focus there. Nails the tee. A three from the inbound. And that one's no good. He's 5 of 7 in this one. Pokashevsky in the high post. Hasn't gotten one to fall yet. The three is up. And it's Lee with the rebound. There's 18 seconds left in the first half. And he slams it in one-handed.
Woo! His energy is unmatched.
The finish in transition, nice and easy.
So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting.
This guy's got a lean frame, but he is willing to mix it up. Draws the foul there. Nicely done, Ldlc.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. And that one misses. Good on the second one. There's 10 seconds left in the first half. Here's Lee. Here's DeColo. No good. Misses at the buzzer. So we conclude the first half. Leading by 14. We'll see you after halftime for the beginning of the third quarter.
They're getting destroyed inside. I'm pretty sure even Kenny could get a layup on them right now.
Shaq, I'd get a layup on you.
And looking at the players, appreciate you joining us.
Just about ready for the second half here. A big comeback is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. And it's Jones in at the 2. Harrison, the pass to Maladon. Here's Harrison from about 19. That one is off.
Listen, he can make that shot right there, but I do know they have other options they can go to.
They've got Maladon, and it's Harrison in at the 1.
The big Big-time throwdown.
Check him out. Keeps the grip on that rim after the finish. A little extra emphasis. Here's the three. Knocks down the triple. Harrison's got 6 points.
Well, the defense deserves to get burned. Absolutely no excuse for leaving him open.
Here's Bonga. He has 6. Pass to Ntilikina. Outside Jones. Bonga. The pass to Ntilikina. Clock at 6. Lets the three fly. They get it back. Now here's Jones. Launches it. The rebound by Harrison.
Well, trying to find themselves in the second half here. Just 1 for 4 from the field. Can someone in the group get hot? Let's see. Not everyone has the green light to take that three in transition, but he does, especially with the defense already set up protecting the paint.
Jones from outside. The shot no good.
1 for 5 has got to be a frustrating start, and they just don't look sharp right now. Can they find their offensive game?
Count that one.
Making plays at both ends of the floor, and it shows up in the box score.
Well, what I love is the energy they're bringing right now. They're ignoring the scoreboard and playing hard.
And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
Man, good whistle there.
At the line for your home team.
And the first one at the line is good.
Taking 2 shots.
Jones hits them both. And now around 2 minutes gone by in this half. Here's Maledon, defended by Jones. Takes the three. Nope, 4 for 7 now.
Boy, he won't miss many from that spot. The defense gets lucky there.
And he stays with it. Oh, they pick off the pass. Over to the left wing. Pass to Maledon. Here's Laverne. From outside the arc. He can't get that one to fall. Just over 2.5 minutes gone by in the second half. Here's Bonga. Hits the trifecta. Bonga's got his 3rd basket on the night right there.
That pass had to be thrown not only in the right spot, but at the right time.
Going inside, and it's flushed down. A nice jam.
Are you serious? That is some power from a point guard.
Oh, I love backcourt players with some ups.
We know versatility is huge in this game. Just a tremendous job finishing that play. Wow.
Goes to the away team.
There's 1:47 left in the third. Out to the right wing. And he banks in the layup. Harrison's got 7 now in this quarter.
Well, the advantage they have right now is largely based on his play. What an outstanding night.
Oh, there's a killer 2-hand slam.
Well, what he lacks in size for a typical center, he makes up for with all that athleticism. Boy, can he elevate.
Hey, how's that for an answer? Right back with the dunk.
Here in the second half, they've just found better shots.
And I think what's happening is they're getting their shots within the flow of their offense, and you can clearly see the difference.
That'll be a move to remember. Wow.
Yeah, great creativity in the air. Maledon, pass to Harrison. Back to Maledon. 6 on the shot clock. To the inside. Drops in the layup for 2. He has 6.
And the defense has no one to blame but themselves. I mean, they just let him get right to the rim.
To me, this has simply stated been a complete lack of defensive attention and focus all night long.
Jones misses.
You know, scoreless this quarter, and it's not helping them battle back.
Here's Laverne. Here's Maledon. Pass to Harrison from downtown. Jones grabs the board. Jones has got his 5th rebound in this one. Here's Bonga. And as we end the 3rd quarter, a double-digit deficit will make it tough to come back. Up 19. All right, and 1 quarter to go in a game that, to this point, has not been an evenly fought contest. Defended by Jackson. The 3 from Washington. No good.
And I'm surprised that didn't go down. I mean, I'm sure he is too.
Lee. 3-pointer off the mark. Lee's gone 1 for 4 from distance. Pass to Pokashevsky. Uses the glass on the layup.
Well, Pokashevsky looking really confident on the interior, doing a nice job using his size to his advantage.
Here's DeColo. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
That's 10 straight points they've given up in the painted area. Huh.
Here's the 3. No good there. To the paint. Good setup. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup.
Very little resistance around the rim right now. That's the 5th straight bucket they've given up in the paint.
And he drops it in from the low post. Here's Lee. There's a screen. Picked it. Oh, got a piece of it. Here's DeColo. Sends it home from 3-point land. DeColo's got 5 points in the quarter.
Now you have to extend that defense. I mean, you really have to stay connected to him at all times.
Well, you know this. This is a guy who's looking for his shot the whole time. You have to know who you're guarding. KYP, know your personnel.
All right, Grant, do you feel the non-superstars are making the money they should?
Well, BA, it's a topic in every CBA negotiation. But I think we're trending in the right direction. But it seems like there's always more work to be done.
Pokashevsky covering. Lots of room. The shot's good.
Good decision making. Scopes the situation, puts the pass right on the mark.
Here's Lundberg. No good on the 3. Lundberg's gone 2 of 5 from the field here. Inside.
A precision pass from a long way out.
Man, the pass. How about the catch right there? Wow, nice teamwork. That 3's off the mark. Just under 2.5 minutes gone by now in the final quarter. Here's DeColo. Missed inside. DeColo's gotten just 4 of his 10 shots to fall here. Here's Lundberg. Oh, not wasting any time and taking the shot and hitting it.
Well, it doesn't get much easier than that. Even a decent shooter is going to make that with no pressure.
Here's DeColo for 3. Washington grabs the miss.
2 minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
And here's the fast break. Here's Lee. Off the mark there with a 3. Lee's gone 1 of 5 from 3-point territory. Here's Lundberg. 3-pointer, no good. Lundberg's got 1 3-pointer tonight so far in 4 tries. Fires the 3, and the 3-pointer goes. Lundberg's got 5 points now this quarter.
Wow, you don't see him left alone very often, and of course, he makes good use of it.
Pass to Lee. 4th quarter of play, and over 3.5 minutes have gone by now.
All alone from mid-range. You gotta think he's kicking himself.
The 3 from Washington. No luck on that one. Washington's gone just 1 for 4 so far. And here's Jackson. Here's DeColo. Pokashevsky covering. No good on the triple. 59 seconds left in the final quarter. The 3 ball. And Lundberg gets it to go. Lundberg's gone 3 for 6 from distance. He's feeling it. Pass to Lee. This one for 3. Buries it from 3.
It's clear there's a lot of pride on the line in this one.
Absolutely. When someone makes a shot, the first thought is, I want my own back.
Unloads. Kept alive.
Listen, we know the mid-range game is in this guy's arsenal, but you wonder, should he have moved it just one pass more?
There's 18 seconds left in the game. Clock at 6. Fires from way outside. It's not going to go for him. And so it's a victory for the road team in this one. A statement road victory. So impressive.
Statement in